This is Keith Boggs, and this is the inspection debrief for 6807 Prompton Bend in Irving. I've taken about 60 photos at the house, and I've got a few videos here. So we're going to go ahead and go through all this information. First picture here you see is just a picture of the front of the house, nothing necessarily wrong. This is just for the title page of the report. Also, in the report itself will only include items that we want the builder to take action on, so that of these pictures, they're not going to all be in the report. Many of these are just for talking points or for me to use during the inspection. So they won't all be in the inspection report, but they all will be in this video, which I will download to YouTube and will be sent to you later tonight. This is the approximate direction the house is facing, so it's facing east. And this is the temperature at the time of the inspection. First thing I look at is the water meter and the low flow indicator. The low flow indicator can be used to identify supply leaks to the structure. Also, some of your sprinkler system is drip irrigation or subsurface irrigation. The only way to verify that, provided there's no obvious leaks, is to look at the low flow indicator, which is on the meter here. This is just the location of the meter. This is the water pressure to the house. So the range for the water pressure is 40 to 80 psi. So it's a little bit above the 80, about 85 psi. So that water pressure needs to be brought down below 80, at or below 80. I like it closer to 80, just so you have good pressure at the house. That can be brought down at the low flow indicator. I'm sorry, at the pressure reducing valve in the garage, which I did not see. So that's one of the things we'll need to talk to the builder about. Some of the items in the report may not be code per the city of Irving, but I'm licensed by the state of Texas, so I'll be calling out items based on what the state requires me to do. That's a bad picture. This is a cracking of a mortar joint at the front patio. You can see it here cracking into this mortar joint along this side here. This is not structurally significant, but something you do need to monitor. They can also repoint this, so that just for cosmetic reasons, just repoint that mortar joint in there. This is your condenser. This is really just for me. Manufacturer's label, I use this to identify the max breaker inside the panel box, which is fine. This is the location of the gas meter. That's required by the state of Texas, so we let you know where the gas meter is located. This is the first thermal image of the panel box. This is basically a benchmark image just to kind of see what's going on with the panel box at the structure before I load everything up into inside the structure. So I'll take this picture, and then as I go through the structure, I'll be turning on the lights, the exhaust fans, basically loading up the panel box with electricity and looking for any kind of changes inside the panel box. Some of these things you see lit up here, these are arc fault breakers. That's normal. This is other stuff you need to worry about here. So we're looking basically to look the same and not see any hot wires or any high temperatures, which we've got a couple more readings here later on looking at the panel box. This is your water heater. It's a Rheem tankless. Everything was fine with the water heater. Okay, so this is a video of the garage door opener. There's a couple tests we do of the garage door opener to make sure it's operating properly. We do a pressure reverse test. So I put my shoe in front of one of the apron here at the bottom of the garage, and you'll see the garage door close down and then reverse on the shoe. And then I do a check of the electronic eye. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video for you. So you have this inside of this recording. Again, this will not be in the report, but this is just available for us. So basically, we're looking for very little pressure, and the door should reverse. And you'll see it reverses pretty quickly, pretty easily here. So it seems to be adjusted properly. Very quickly reverses. That's just to protect children and small animals. There'll be one more test here where you'll see the door closing, and then I'll stick my foot in front of the electronic eye to make sure the electronic eye is operating properly. Those are the two safety features of the garage door. This is your sprinkler system. I just test all the zones in the sprinkler system. You do not have that many here. You've just got the 4 zones. So the first 2 you can visually see them, and the other 2 were verified at the low flow indicator at the meter. So this is the first zone. It's the backyard, back side yard, and front side yard at zone 1. This is zone 2, front landscape bed. And then the front right-of-way is a drip irrigation that was verified at the meter. I actually have a video of this showing you what it looks like. You can see this little dial, little gauge spinning around. That's just showing flow at the meter. That's zone 3. And then we have zone 4, which is the foundation drip irrigation around the perimeter of the foundation. And again, that was verified via the low flow indicator. You'll see it spinning around there. That's just showing that there is flow. That's what we want. That's what we're looking for. At zone 4. This is when I first started taking the heat readings of the heating equipment on the first floor. So I turned the first floor on, but the floor was not really heating very well. It was blowing some hot air. And it did not really start heating until I turned the second floor thermostat on. So there may be a problem with the dampening system. You've got one unit that's dampening both the first and second floor. So somebody needs to evaluate the heating equipment. Also, I've got a video here later on of the inside of the furnace showing that there's some poor combustion inside the burner compartment. Got some yellow flames and showing some poor combustion. We'll see that here just a little bit later. Again, this is just some more readings. This is the microwave. This is just showing that I did test the microwave and heated the bottle of water in there, so the microwave does work properly. This is your oven. It's set to 350 and heated to right around 350. This is your shutoff valve inside the garage. So there's one out by the street. There's also a shutoff valve in the garage. What I did not notice here is a pressure reducing valve. Now most cities are that this is code, so we'll have to rely on the builder to let you know whether the city of Irving is requiring a pressure reducing valve. That's what you will need to lower the water pressure to the house. And that's just the location of it. This door here, going from the garage to the structure, this is a fire door, and it should be what's called self-closing. And this was in the code, and it was taken out of the code, out of the IRC. I'm guessing it's probably going to come back into the code, but this door should be self-closing. So in other words, when you walk in the house, you let go of the door, it should shut behind you. Otherwise, that compromises the fire rating of the door. This is a loose outlet in the kitchen. Right here, that outlet needs to be, receptacle needs to be tightened up. This is the outlet for the refrigerator, and it is not GFCI protected. Now, this is a code item that's recently came into the IRC electrical code, and most cities are requiring that this refrigerator outlet here be GFCI protected, and it was not. This is just a picture of the cooktop, showing that the cooktop does work. This is your dishwasher. This is the first reading of the dishwasher. Dishwasher should reach a temperature of between 120 and 150. 120 is when it starts killing germs, things like Legionnaire's disease. We don't want it any higher than 150 because that's when it starts melting plastic and cracking plates and stuff. So I have another reading here later on. We'll see how the oven was heating later into the day, into the inspection. This is just a picture of the disposal. I did check the disposal, and it did work fine. I filled both sinks up with water and drained them both at the same time as I ran the disposal, and no leaks appeared, so there was no leaks under the kitchen sink. This is a second look at the panel box, and you can see it actually kind of looks a little bit better. These temperatures you didn't see earlier, but the temperatures were dropping down. And a nice clear, no overheating breakers, no wires looking hot, so the panel box looked good. This is a reading at the second floor heating. And then this is a video of the actually, this is not the video yet. This is just a picture of the air handler furnace in the attic. It does lack a float switch on the drain pan. Now, some cities, again, do not require that. That's something we'll have to rely on the builder to let you know whether that is required. If the builder will not install it, I do recommend that you install it yourself because it's not that expensive and it will help protect the house from moisture damage. This is the filter. The filter is dirty, so they need to install a new filter there before you guys move in. Then here's a video of the burner compartment. So we want nice blue flames. This little picture, you can see the flames are kind of blue. Once I start playing the video here, you'll notice there's some yellow flickering, and so it should be completely blue. You should not see really any kind of yellow or white or any kind of different colors inside of that burner compartment. It should be nice blue flames. That's kind of showing incomplete combustion, so probably just an adjustment. But here's the video. You see the flickering of the yellow one there. You generally don't see that. It's generally just nice blue flames. So that to come take a look at that furnace. Excuse me, I'm fighting a cold. This is the temperature blowing out of the furnace, the heat blowing on the supply side of the furnace, 126 degrees, and that's heating pretty well. This is the average insulation depth. You're here at almost near a R60. The requirement is R38, so you're way above the requirement on the insulation. And this is just a video of the attic. I'm going to go ahead and play that for you here so you have it inside this recording. Everything looked fine up there. I didn't see any leaks. Ducting looked good. Everything looked good up there in the attic.
Soffit venting.
Oh, that's one thing that I did not notice. There was not a lot of soffit venting present, and that's something that could affect the roof cover. So they needed somebody to come out there and evaluate the venting of the attic structure to make sure that it's vented properly. This is inside the structure here. This is your dryer vent. There should be a sticker here that states the diameter of the duct and the length determination. That sticker is not present. That's required by code now. This is the master bathroom, and the spout here is loose. So they need to tighten up that spout at the master tub. This is another look at the panel box, and the panel box again looks fine. So no electrically, everything looks fine. And that's the last picture. So overall, the builder did a really good job. Some very minor things he'll need to give some attention. And if you guys have any questions, just go ahead and contact me. The best way is to contact me via text. That'll get me back to you quickly, probably 15-20 minutes. Email, if you email me, probably 3 to 4 hours. If you voicemail me, maybe several days. So that's what I contacted me is obviously first text and then email. If you guys have any questions,